What brings you to EMEX today?
I'm Andy Cooper. I'm from Clarke Energy Limited. We're an energy solutions business. We're here today to sort of promote our business of various energy solutions, primarily focused around CHP, but also looking at the wider complementary technologies such as batteries, solar, heat pumps, etc., all on the journey to net zero. So CHP is combined heat and power, so it revolves around a gas engine or gas turbine, where various forms of gas are put into the engine. Could be biogas, could be landfill gas, could be natural gas, could be hydrogen. And then from that there's a power output and also heat output in various forms such as hot water, steam. We can even do chilling, and then there's also quad generation where we can recover the carbon off the exhaust as well.
What does the future hold for energy management?
Yeah, I mean, the future of energy management is looking towards that journey. So we can't flick a switch and go renewable. The technology's not there, the incentives aren't there, the government policy isn't there. But it's about planning that journey. So today it might be looking at a gas CHP. In 5 years' time it might be looking to add in some complementary like heat pumps, green gas, hydrogen, and then further on down the line again solar, wind and other mechanisms to get to that endpoint, which is ultimately net zero, where we want to be.
What's the one net zero measure or change that is having the greatest impact for your clients?
You know, gas is going to play an important part of the transition to a net zero world. At the minute, you know, we can put various amounts of renewables on the system, but they don't deliver what we need them to deliver, which is base load generation. So, you know, the path to net zero needs to be done. There's no arguments about that, but it's got to be done in the right manner. So we've got to avoid fuel poverty. We've got to avoid the brownouts and have some resilience for business. And it's got to be competitive, cost-wise. We've just come out of COVID. That's had a big impact on every business, not just from a carbon perspective. You know, like air conditioning was ramped up to make sure that the air was clean. There was additional cleaning measures put in place. All that had a carbon cost. But also the sort of COP26 was a big thing on the news. And then factor in the gas prices going through the roof. It's all been this perfect storm of, you know, driving the message home that we need to move to net zero and how we're going to do that in a timely fashion.
What's your biggest takeaway from EMEX this year?
This show's been a really good show actually. We had some really good speakers. It's been interesting to talk to some of the food manufacturers themselves. So obviously while we sell equipment into them, it's good to hear from their perspective about the difficulties they're facing. So, you know, the scope 1 emissions is emissions that they control, but it's the scope sort of 3 emissions that they don't control. You know, how do they manage that? How do they encourage their supply chain to decarbonise? But I think, you know, the big takeaway is there's a massive willingness to make it happen. You know, everyone understands it's a serious concept and it has to happen.